How's it going, guys? Skoks, Chicago Blackhawks Central here. Big news day today on Thursday, June 6th. Crazy breaking news. Chris Vossers is out in the broadcasting booth. Was not expecting that, right? And we'll get into that. But big breaking news, and going to do a little mock draft today with the FC mock draft simulator. They updated their website, so everything is correct right now, and we will run through that right after this intro. Yeah, so big news day. Fixed the mic, so let me know if there's any mic issues. Got some good old hockey tape taped up the USB cord. It's not going to slip out anymore. It's all good. But what a crazy news day! Just random, right? Random news day on Thursday here. So we'll start with just a few tidbits from the NHL. But Joe Pavelski looks like he's gonna retire after getting knocked out with the Dallas Stars, right? Um, some interesting Scott Powers articles he put out this week. A few things about the draft. Some very interesting stuff. What else do we see here? The Utah Hockey Club, right? We don't know their official name yet, but seems like they are down to six final names for their team: Utah Blizzard, Utah Hockey Club, Utah Mammoth, Utah Outlaws, Utah Venom, and Utah Yeti. All pretty weird, right? But I think Utah Mammoth is all right. It's decent. Utah Hockey Club, Utah HC. I always like um, seeing that, right? With the European teams, HC, I think it's pretty cool, but we'll see how that works out for Utah. Little weird. From David Pagnota, per the Utah, their release, 2024-2025 jerseys will have Utah across the front. We'll see. We'll first see that look at the NHL draft. Heard it's likely a black jersey, so that's pretty cool. We'll see that on draft day for the Utah hockey team, hockey club, whatever. We'll see how that jersey looks, and um, obviously it's not gonna have their official logo because they still have to get all of that stuff finalized with the team name. But let's get into the Chris Vossers news for today. Um, Scott Powers, very in tune. He broke the news this morning. What time was that? Maybe like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So afternoon. Within New York Times, very interesting. The Blackhawks have replaced Chris Foster's with Rick Ball as their TV play-by-play broadcaster. Just like wow, right? Was not expecting that today. I guess we'll just start first off. Chris Vossers thought he was doing fine. Of course, he's new to the gig. Thought he would have a longer leash, to grow into that role with Darren Pang, but I guess they just didn't want to roll with that going into this next season here, Bedard's second season. So very interesting how that went down today with Chris Vossers. I was okay with him, developing as a commentator, right? Just a very interesting, a little breaking news today. Rick Ball, if you check him out on Sportsnet, he was with the Calgary Flames for I believe 10 years, broadcasting for like 20 plus years, 25 years. Um, Big time experience in broadcasting with the NHL and I believe the WHL. I forgot what team it was. I believe it was the team that Colton Dock played for. I think. just can't remember that team name. But yeah, good luck to Chris Foster's. I was always cool with him, I guess. Uh, Being on the broadcast, ran into him at training camp. Super cool dude. Great guy. But hey, Hawks, they were really, good with him, really friendly with him, but they were looking to upgrade, I guess, right? Seems like Rick Ball became available somehow, so they made a little pivot, right? And they upgraded that uh, commentator spot. So we're gonna have Rick Ball and Darren Pang on the broadcast. That's gonna be awesome. Uh, awesome duo, right? For Hawks games. And the Hawks official post. Let's see. Chicago meet Rick Ball. What he brings to the booth. 25 years of hockey broadcasting experience. Hockey Night in Canada. Play-by-play since 2011. Previous 10 seasons with the Calgary Flames. So very, very interesting. And if you checked out some of those posts from earlier or some highlight videos from the Flames, really, really good stuff from uh, who was it? Rick Ball. Rick Ball. So very interesting stuff. Let me know if you guys are cool with the broadcasting shakeup, right? The commentator shakeup, play by play. I also saw a article not too long ago, a few hours ago, from Jeff Agrist. Who's he with? Chicago Sun Times, and I believe he put out an article right here. I reposted it on our Twitter page here from Jeff Agrist. Blackhawks replaced Chris Vossers after change of heart. So yeah, they made that pivot, but strained relationship with Darren Pang. And I checked out the article. Didn't dive too deep into that headline right there, but I don't imagine Foster's and Pang having like a fallout. They were two very friendly guys. Met both of them at training camp, so a bit weird that something like that would be a headline. I'm not sure if I buy all of that. Doesn't seem completely legit, but very, very interesting stuff today just from the broadcast news, right? Let's take a look at the Hawks clip that they put out on their Twitter page here and on their website. It's just a small, short clip from the NHL Combine. Sacha Boisvert, Berkeley Cadden, they were interviewing. Let's see who else is there. Michael Brandzik-Nygaard, he is also there. Talked about his two-way game, right? Offense, defense. So they checked out a few players today, and I guess this whole week so far, right? But this is just a small spotlight of a few players that they had interviews with. I believe that was Macklin Celebrini I just saw on interview. Of course, they have to interview him, and you never know what happens down the line. I believe, what's his name, Mike Donahue, the head staff guy on the Hawks. He Mike Donahue, yeah, director amateur scouting. So he is running a lot of stuff that's going on this week. He was narrating most of that video today from the Hawks. So very, very interesting clip. If you check that out on their page, definitely take a look at that. But let's get in. Let's get into it. Let's do some mock drafting. Not going to go super in depth with the later round guys, right? Let's just try filling out a draft. So we'll do a 7-round one. Let's see what this FC mock draft updated. So it's all correct now. Let me pull it up for everyone. If you can see it, just let me know if everything looks fine. Let's get this going here. So let me pull it up. FC Hockey Mock Draft Builder. Let's check it out here. Right, let me know if you guys can see that now. Let me switch the screen so a little bigger. Let's see here. So it's just a little easier to see. I know it might be a little difficult to see on this window. So let's check that out here. Very, very interesting news today. Just crazy, right? With the Chris Washer stuff. But hey, man, it's how it goes. Not going to get all crazy about that. But let's check out the mock draft. Let's see if it could pull up. You can see that just fine now. I believe that's good now. Awesome. All right. So we are sharing the FC Hockey Mock Draft Builder. Max and I used this a few weeks ago before the Hawks made the trade from 20 to 18 and then in the second round. But let's check it out here. Definitely an interesting site. I think it's pretty well rounded. They have all the stuff on there too. So great to see that. Let's check it out though. FC Hockey Mock Draft Builder. Let's go with the rankings consensus. Let's go with Hawks. And next, let's go 7 rounds just to get a little. And let's start it up here. And I'll put the draft speed to high so that I'm not sitting forever, right? So let's get this going here. Draft speed on high. All right, well, it's loading in. It's loading here. Loading. Let's get this draft speed on high so we're forever. Should be fine now if you guys can see that on the screen. Full page. Yeah, so don't want to go super in deep with it again today, but Artem Levshinov face mock draft. I believe I stated last mock draft. I am a big fan of Demidov. Number of reasons, but totally fine with Levshinov at 2. Both players are, great prospects. So let's go with Artem today. If anyone has any thoughts on that number 2, just throw it up in there. Then I'll check it out. Yeah, just definitely an interesting being, right? This year. Yeah, so Berkeley Cadden goes top 10 there. Number 8, Zane Herrick. He goes number 9. Steve William. Number 10 to the Devils. I don't see that happening. Very interesting. Cole Iserman. Dang. He goes 17th to the Washington Capitals. Good pick for them. Picked up Ryan Leonard last year, right, in the first round. TJ Ginla to the Wild. That's good. Andrew Basha, he goes 14 here in this mock draft to the San Jose Sharks. Ivan Demidov, he drops to number 6 to the Utah Hockey Club. Very, very interesting. Definitely something to think about here. If the Hawks don't go with Demidov, does he fall that far to like 5 or 6? We'll see. Very interesting this year. I don't know how it's going to go. Do we think, either way at number 2, I don't think there's a big consensus for one guy. I think it's pretty split right now. Just looking at it a few weeks before the draft here, but let's check out number 18 now. Anton Salaev goes number 3. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, so at 18, we went D-man with um, Lev Shunov at number 2. Carter Yakimchuk, he is available at 18. So that's something that I've also been thinking about. Um, whether we go with Lev Shunov or Demidov, who's going to be at 18, right? One of the D-men, Adam Yurchek or Yakimchuk, I think I would pull the trigger on that. If we went with a forward like Demidov or Lindstrom at 2, right? Something to think about there. If you want to go 1-1, one each, one forward, one defenseman, or maybe GMKD goes crazy and he doubles up, or he doubles up on forwards. Who knows? But I think at 18, I know we've all been hinting at it, and the Hawks, I guess, hinted at it today. Sasha Boisvert, 6'2", 170. Don't really care about the weight because the guy's like 18, 19. You're going to get in a professional training program, and that's all going to change. I'm not worried about weight whatsoever. Your build is going to fill out. I mean, it's the NHL. You're going to develop big time. So, left-handed, 6'2", plays center. Boisvert, I'm not 100% sure, but committed to the University of North Dakota. Very, very interesting. Love that. Always love their hockey team over there at North Dakota. So let's go with Boisvert here at 18 overall. Seems like the Hawks are high on him, and seems like around the league, he is a name that is rising pretty quick here. If you guys have any thoughts on Boisvert from the clips today, and just the small hype that's been building with him recently, right? Definitely something to keep an eye on. If the stream is running pretty smooth here, if you guys can hear me, fine. Just let me know if something's up. Just let me know if something goes out here. But I believe we're running smooth today. So let's take a look at our next pick here. Our next pick will be at, 34 overall. So let's make our way there. We are at 31 now. Carter Yakimchuk just went off the board, I see. Wow. Very, very interesting. Believe the site just glitched. Because Carter Yakimchuk is duplicated for like 8 picks. That doesn't make any sense. Let's check out round 1 again. Let's just see what's going on here. Whether it's glitching out on us or not. Might have to restart it. I hope not. But it seems like it's screwing with me. Limonov. Yeah, there's something wrong, right? Carter Yakimchuk is glitched for like 10 picks in a row. All right, well, let's get a restart on that bad boy. Don't like seeing glitches in our mock draft. Let's run that back really quick. All right, let's go here. 7 rounds. Boom. Let me know if you guys can see that just fine. Believe it's running smooth now. So let's see how this goes on FC Mock Draft Builder. All right, so we are loaded in. First pick is off the board. Celebrini. I wonder if this happens anytime, right? Like where Celebrini doesn't go to the Sharks in this mock draft. That would be a little weird, but let's Lev Shunov at number 2. Let's go with him there. And let's hope this runs smooth. Demidov goes 5 to the Canadiens. Sam Dickinson to Utah. Lindstrom 7. Wow. Okay. So he's dropping a bit here. Berkeley Cadden goes number 8 once again to the Kraken. Trevor Connolly 16. That's interesting, right? Cole Eiserman missed out on him just by 1 once again, but we're going to go with Boisvert, Sasha at number 18 overall. Let's go with him again, and let's hope this doesn't screw us over. Okay, Carter Yakimchuk, he goes 21. Okay. We are in round 2 now, and we're good. All right, so pick 34 overall. We went with Levshinov at 2, Boisvert at 18, and now we are at 34 overall. I believe we were talking about Dominic Bedinka a lot recently. Awesome defenseman, right-handed, 6'2", 179. Awesome prospect. Who else is here? Tanner Howe is still here. Not sure if he goes this high at 34. Would I like him on the Hawks system, right? I think I would. Nikita Artemanov, interesting winger. Played in the KHL this year. Left-handed, 187, 5'11". So definitely a built out frame. It seems like already at a young age. I think we should go. Luchanko, not crazy about him. Parsark, 5'11", 179. Yeah, just no one that's jumping out at me here except Dominic Bedinka. We've talked about him a few times already before. I think I'm going to snag him here at 34, and let's see how this goes till our next pick at 50 overall. So don't have to wait too long for that next pick here in the second round, right? Yeah, in the second round. So, okay. Interesting spot we're at now. We did go with Dean Letourneau. Last mock draft, 6'6", a very skilled forward, being that size, but very, very skilled player. Checked out his stuff already. Took a look at some of his shift by shift clips. Cool player. Luke Matvey Gridden, University of Michigan. Interesting player. Do we take a swing at Matvey? That might be something we do here. Russian, 6'1", 185. A very interesting prospect. I'm gonna have to look into him a bit more, but it's definitely intriguing. A decent frame, right? Tanner Howe, 5'8". That is weird, man. I thought he was a bit taller than 5'8". It definitely seems like it on tape. He seems a lot bigger than that. Don't love that. Just being under like 5'10". We have lots and lots of small prospects already. So a very interesting player, and I think someone that we can all look into a bit more. Is definitely someone to take a look at. I think we'll go Britain here. I don't know what our next pick is, because that is something I'm interested in, because I do have my eye on Sam O'Reilly from the London Knights. A very, very interesting prospect. Love his game. I don't know our next pick after 50. I I don't think we have that other pick yet. So you know what? Let's go with Gradden here at number 50 overall, 50th overall. And let's see how the rest of this shakes out. And we might have a chance at him, actually. Our next pick, if no one, jumps out at us here. Let's see here. Simone Zether, also uh, an interesting prospect as a centerman, decent size on him as well. But Sam O'Reilly, big piece for that London Knights team. Did we go with a demon? Luca Morelli, 6'2", right-handed. Oshawa Generals. I think, you know what, just for scouting purposes, Sam O'Reilly, we've talked about him before. I believe the first mock draft, Sam and I, or Max and I, right? We talked about Sam O'Reilly, Luca Morelli, someone that I think we could take a look into, right? Do a little more scouting in on him. So let's go with him here just for scouting purposes. Awesome to see these guys on the board. Seeing how this shakes out here, Sam O'Reilly's still here. Simon Zether, I believe we did take him in our other mock draft. Sam O'Reilly, I believe we did take in our first mock draft as well. Okay, well, you know what? Sam O'Reilly, welcome to Chicago, man. Let's get him in the system. A prospect that we're very interested in, and that's definitely cool stuff. But the goalie, I think we're all taking a look at, right? Max and I talked over during the first mock draft, and I just recently dug into more of his clips that I could find. There's not a whole ton. Ilya Nabokov from Russia, he might be on the board still. And our next pick, I'm not sure because it does seem like he has a mid-round grade right now, right? Second or third round. But I believe he'll still be on the board because the goalies are ranked all weird right now. And I get some of the other kid from Finland and the kid from Germany, 6'5", and I believe the guy from Finland is 6'4". Just looking for a bigger prospect. I don't love goalies under like 6'3". I believe Guyon is 6'3". Camesso is more in that range of 6'2", 6'1". But I do like bigger goalies. I don't know what it is. Just take up more than that, man. Don't have to get all crazy acrobatic in the crease, right? But let's see if our goalie guys. And is this Brizgalov's? No, can't be. But Ilya Nabokov is still on the board there for the goalies. Let's take a look at all before we check out the goalie. Let's take a look just to see who's available. Not well versed with the late round guys. So we are in the fifth round right now at pick 138. In Union, I've heard of him. VHL goalie, 6'1". Let's take a look here. Don't know much about these late round guys. What I look for are their measurements, right? Their builds, and let's see what we got here. Centerman 6'2", Jack Berglund, 207 from Sweden. Interesting stuff. Did we go with a D-man? 6'6", Gabriel Eliasson, I believe. Left-handed. Very interesting. Edvin Nilsson, Frankie Morelli. Very interesting crop here. But I do just want to snag our goalie. So let's just search him up here. Player search, Ilya Nabokov. Welcome to the Chicago Blackhawks prospect pool, right? Another goalie prospect that is very intriguing. I believe we covered this as well. He is a overager, right? I believe he's 21 or 22, right? He played in the KHL this year. Just killed it this season. I believe 93 save percentage regular season, and the playoffs he got like the MVP, 94% save percentage, just crazy stuff for the KHL there. But I believe this is our last pick of the draft. Let's see who is available here. Maybe someone with size. Jack Berglund still here. Atos Koivu. I believe that's Finland. Right-handed shot, 165, 6 foot. So definitely gonna have to eat a few pizzas and stuff. Gabriel Eliasson, 6'6", 198. That's a crazy, crazy build already. Just taking a look at some of these guys that you take a flyer on, someone with decent measurables, right? Someone that just might pan out as a professional player, right? Whether it be the AHL or highly unlikely, but makes it to the NHL. In these late rounds like that. Evan Gardner, a lot of left-handed players back here at the late rounds. Ivan Yunin, once again, goalie. Very interesting. A lot of goalies, actually. 146, 5'10". Noah Vali, believe Finland. Wow, man. You got to put on a few pounds there, buddy. Yeah, crazy stuff, right? Luke McNamara, Saginaw Spirit, 6'2". Interesting stuff. All the way back here, let's just go with some size, some serious 207 Swedish left-handed shot. Jack Berglund, 6'2". Hey man, welcome to the Hawks system. Let's get him in here. Let's get him in the system, and just a very interesting draft. How it plays out like that, right? But yeah, I believe that's our last pick, and let's just take a look at our picks. It's speeding up a bit now. We are in round 6. I don't believe we have a 7th round pick this year. So let's let this one run out. We are at pick 200 now. Let's wait till this goes off the board. Yeah, but while this finishes up, yeah, just touched on some of those small around the league tidbits today. Joe Pavelski in the Utah hockey team news, right? Chris Foster's out. Ball in. Rick Ball is in as commentator, and we just wrapped up our 3rd mock draft before the week of the draft. So a few weeks left here. June 28th is round 1. Let's see these results from the mock draft today. Not a very in at all these late round guys. I think for scouting purposes and mock draft purposes, someone that we could look, take a look at, do a little more scouting on them. Let's check it out. Levshinov, Boisvert, Badinka, Dominic Badinka. I think Hawks fans should definitely take a look at his stuff. Very, very interesting prospect as a D-man right-handed shot. 6'2", 179, 180 on the Red Hawks. So he's already a Hawk. Awesome stuff. Gryden, Morelli, Sam O'Reilly. Love that. Ilya Nabokov. Checked out his stuff. Awesome goalie. Very, very athletic in the net. Stout as well. Just playing his position, tracking pucks. Love to see it. Jack Berglund with the final pick at 163 for the Hawks. So we got some decent size all around. 6'2", 6'2", 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", 6'1", 6 foot goalie, but awesome stuff from Nabokov in Russia with the KHL and 6'2". So we got some size and skill, some serious skill all around the board here. definitely take a look at Badinka, Gryden, Morelli, Sam O'Reilly, and Nabokov. Definitely take a look at these guys, um, because there is a chance that we could snag one or two of these guys coming up here this year. So we'll wrap up the mock draft 3.0 here, and we'll be back this weekend. See if there's any other news tidbits that come out, and we will get in some topics before this draft comes up on the 28th. But much more to get into for the Hawks. We will see what happens this year. Definitely lots of back and forth going on with Temidov and Levshinov, but we'll see how that goes. GMKD, I think we should all trust him at this point, but we will see where that goes. We'll see you later on. Cover some more topics. Hawks lineup stuff. Definitely get into some more lineup stuff and free agents, potential free agents. So we will wrap it up there, and we will see you next time. Let's go Hawks.